So, Dead Space. Y'all know EA did a whole buyout, that 50 what was it? 50 something billion-dollar buyout. Uh and I don't know what is going to be taken off the map. I don't know what's going to continue. EA owns all the sports games. EA owns Dead Space, of course. They got Mass Effect. Um yeah, all the EA the FIFAs, all the EA sports, they got that. So we don't know what the future is going to hold for this company, and we don't know what's about to be deleted or not. So unfortunately, we got news that Dead Space is not going to be moving forward. Dead Space is one of my favorite series, one of the first games that really got me into the horror genre, and Dead Space 1 and 2 already goated. Dead Space 3 was okay. They did the remake of 1. We thought it was going somewhere. I love Dead Space 1 remake. I thought they were going to make a Dead Space 2 remake from the way it got such huge success from the first one, but apparently not. They want to switch it up. So let's read this and get into it. So, Dead Space franchise has reportedly been put on ice by EA, and company employees are hopeful the company will sell the IP. During the recent episode of the Insider Gaming Weekly podcast, co-host Mike Shaw shared that based on what his sources told him, internal messaging at EA indicates that Dead Space IP is currently on ice with no active plans to revive the series. What I've been told is that Dead Space, all the internal messaging points to the IP. Okay, I already read that again. While there's no official confirmation from EA, Shaw's information aligns with the company's decision to have the Dead Space remake project leads and others at Motive Studio join the teams at Criterion, Dice, and Ripple to work on Battlefield 6. Shaw also noted that some within EA who previously worked on the Dead Space series are privately hoping that the new ownership may consider selling the franchise. So this franchise is going to be gone. So they're even having talks about them selling this whole Dead Space franchise. He stressed that the sentiment comes from employees, not from EA leadership itself. The staff members believe that the company's public investment fund deal goes through, the new ownership may seek to quickly cut costs and recoup funds. The ownership is reportedly struggling on the money side. Now, because of this deal, they're going to look to cut costs and recoup pretty quickly. Oof. Podcast co-host Tom Henderson reminded that even franchise co-creator Dead Space 4 without success. Okay, so that even franchise co-creator Glenn Schofield once attempted to pitch Dead Space 4 without success. EA's priorities have shifted heavily towards large-scale live service. That is the reason. So I did a video way back a couple weeks ago. Glenn Schofield, I think he was like the co-creator of the Dead Space series. Correct me if I'm wrong. But he pitched the idea of Dead Space 4. I would have loved it. I'm all for it. Give me a show, give me a movie. And like I said before, Dead Space would be a great TV series because you can flesh that whole universe out. World building is, you can do a lot of things with this series. But he specifically wanted to pitch Dead Space 4. But apparently, from what I just read, they not doing that shit. So EA is more focused on live service stuff. So it's like a priority list for them. This ain't really a priority. They are so focused in on these live service DLC, these add-ons, microtransactions. Of course, they own all the sports games. Not all of them, but the big ones. They got Battlefield 6. Battlefield 6 is going crazy right now. But they have their focus more on the major blockbuster games, the AAA games, and stuff that's giving live service. Now, I think we are at a state where live service is just getting out of hand, and we are not focusing on the single player lifestyle right now. Now, there is a wave, there is a big chunk of live service titles and like Fortnite, sports games, GTA. Yeah, but like I said, it's not really a priority for them to be creating games like a Dead Space 4, which is very unfortunate because people love Dead Space. I need another sequel. I wish they was doing another project on it, but it's a business at the end of the day. With this buyout, they are focused on the business. They really don't care about the consumers like that. That's not where the attention is. It's like, what is making, at the end of the day, what's making me the most money? And are people buying it? Now, I think the top 10 highest selling games, 70 to 80% of those games are sports games or games with live service. So that is what the company is dealing with. So they're like, all right, this is the most highest selling thing out right now. We got to continue with this live service stuff. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. Like, I'm not really a multiplayer guy like that, so I may be a little bit more biased when it comes to single player games, but we need, of course, a balance. But this live service stuff has gotten out of hand. So Henderson questioned the likelihood of an IP sale. Oh wait, let me go back. Okay, so EA's priorities have shifted heavily toward large-scale live service titles and blockbuster action games, while other projects, including some from Respawn and even a Black Panther title, were reportedly canceled in an effort to streamline the company and make it an appropriate target for an acquisition. So games like Black Panther, there was news that we were about to get a Black Panther title. Now, I don't know if that's well, I was gonna say if that's even happening, but I just read it's canceled. So stuff like that, like we could have got what ifs on different games, but they're focused on the money, on the money. So Anderson questioned the likelihood of an IP sale, noting that such deals are rare and financially complex. According to him, even if Dead Space could attract a buyer, producing a new entry would require significant investment on top of the acquisition cost. Is a Dead Space game going to do 12 to 15 million copies? Like I said, at the end of the day, all they really care about is it going to sell, and are we going to get a lot of money back from this game? This is a very, very risky investment. If we do happen to buy this out, whoever buys this game out, whoever buys this franchise out, is it worth it? And is it going to sell 12 to 15 mil? Now, I don't think it's going to do numbers like that. It could, but my headphones just went out. It could, but with the way these other live service stuff, the big AAA games, they're selling way more than this. So company wise, business wise, I see it, but from a consumer standpoint, it's like, I wish they could have continued the series, even if it wasn't selling like that. So I know that the remake of the first game was great. We got positive reviews. I think it got nominated for a couple awards, but did it sell though? Did it sell? That's, at the end of the day, that's what they want. And I've said before, like, even if they didn't come out with a even if they didn't come out with a game or a sequel, I would have loved for them to do some type of TV series, a major movie. Now that would sell. That would sell like hotcakes. But realistically, I don't see this series continuing anymore. It's gonna be a miracle if honestly somebody picks this franchise up and does something with it. But I honestly don't see this going anywhere else. So hopefully, hey, never say never. Hopefully we do get something. But with the way it's looking, with the way the business is looking, we don't know. So yeah, shout out to Dead Space, shout out to EA. Well, I don't know if I can say shout out to EA because EA's been yeah. So y'all let me know what y'all think about Dead Space. Are y'all Dead Space fans? Do y'all want another sequel? Do y'all want a live action TV series or a movie of some sort? Like I really don't want this franchise to die out, because this series is just gonna get ignored and we're never gonna get anything like this again. So like I said with the Black Panther, like they had what if games that were supposed to be coming out, but it's on a priority level at this point. So is it gonna sell? That's the question. That's the number one big question. Is it going to sell?